Hello and welcome everybody. Today we're going to have a PvT on the map Overgrowth, and it's going to be the ladder edition. In the bottom left side we have our blue Protoss player BoneCarlos. He was also the one who submitted this replay to reddit.com/r/castit, where you can upload your replays for them to be casted either by me or someone else. And in the top right side we have Geezy, our red Terran player. And as I mentioned earlier, the map is going to be Overgrowth LE, which is a map added for the new season, Season 2 of 2014. So we have BoneCarlos going for a pylon first down here on the low ground, which is a bit interesting to see in the PvT matchup. Usually we often see on the high ground with the gateway, and this is more common in the PvC matchup, where we see perhaps a forge or even a gateway opening. Gateway openings are getting more and more standard nowadays. BoneCarlos scouting out directly after pylon, harassing over here. This is quite annoying for the Terran player if he has to halt this, which he may. Yeah, he has to halt it. Can BoneCarlos get the SV? Oh, let's look at the HP. It's down to 5. Can he get it? Yes, he's gonna get an SV. So that's a really nice pickup for BoneCarlos, and he's gonna go ahead and harass this SV as well, which forces Geezy to pull off 2 more SCVs. And let's look at the income tab. This should be favoring BoneCarlos, and yes, it is. This is extremely well done here by BoneCarlos, I must say. He's ahead by 2 supply right now. But what do we see from BoneCarlos? We see a gateway being added on the low ground, and this is quite a risky play, because if you put Marines and Marauders as a Terran player, you can easily take down this gateway, and you're not vulnerable at all if BoneCarlos finishes this wall off, of course, because you can just stutter step away as soon as any zealots get close, and it's gonna take them a while to get close. So that's I don't know about that. We'll see later how that pans out. BoneCarlos here continuing to scout, doing some nice scouting, but he gets shut down by this Marine. And what do we see from Geezy? We see just the barracks with Marines. And then we see the reactor going down. He cancels his Marine. And we're probably gonna see, oh, another barracks. No expansion coming down. Mule drop. And the nothing out of the ordinary, really. Not the most of economic openers. BoneCarlos is instead going for is going for a cybernetic score, and he's got his gas taken. Shut down on a pylon right now to not get supply blocked. But I don't know about this gateway. I mean, if he would, I don't know. I guess he wants to get his stalker quickly across the map, as to what it looks like right now. So that might be it. But I don't know if it's worth it. If you just put it right here or something, it's not gonna delay it by that much. But I guess it's a decent idea. He's already got a zealot out, so I guess this push could be quite strong. A stalker and the zealot can deal a lot of damage, and especially with the mudship core. But no, he doesn't have a mudship core, unfortunately. And now he's supply blocked. He forgot that pylon, so that's a bit unfortunate. But let's see what he can do with these units. Zealots and stalkers have quite a lot of HP compared to Marines, and they can deal a lot of damage. So let's see what he can do. How many Marines? Geese is up to 5 Marines right now, and he can of course repair these supply depots before they can be taken down by the Zealot and Stalkers. He lowers the supply depot and now raises it again and starts pounding away with his 5 Marines, and yeah, this is gonna be forced away. Is the Zealot gonna die? I'm not sure. No, it escaped, and he's not gonna follow it. No. So just a little push from BoneCarlos so far. Not doing a whole lot. Now we see Geezy instead on the aggression. But I think BoneCarlos is gonna be fine. He's got 2 stalkers and a zealot right over here, chilling. But if he doesn't get home, he hasn't got a magic core. I forgot about that. He's making it just now. He might be safe though. How far is his warp gate? Yeah, I think with a couple of warp pins, he's gonna be fine. But his Nexus might be in trouble, and this gateway especially combined with these 2 pylons. And he doesn't spot it. His units are way across the map, and now he's gonna bring home a stalker and the zealot. I guess, to try to hold this off, but I don't think he's gonna make it. Actually, these units are trapped, and they're gonna get taken out easily by these Marines and Marauders. BoneCarlos, what are you doing? No. Yeah, so he damaged 1 Marine, so I guess that's something. But no, he hasn't got a photon overcharge either. It's down. Now it's only got 73 energy. And Geezy, now we can pick off this gateway and these pylons, so they're quite exposed. He's gonna pull probes. I don't think there's enough of probes. He's got a Zealot warping in. Can he hold this off? The Zealot falls immediately, and now the Marines are just wrecking these probes. I don't know. BoneCarlos is so far behind right now. He had some decent harassment, but now he's warping in 4 socks though. He's got 4 warp gates up still. Loses 2 pylons and is almost supply blocked. Shoot out on another one. And what can happen here? The Marines are just walking up. BoneCarlos, he's got... there's the photon overcharge. Good. He kept the Munchkin core alive at least. So that's good. And now he can probably hold this off, I feel like. Yeah, Geezy's gonna go home. But Geezy, let's look at the income tab, shall we? He has 3 more harvesters right now, so not a whole lot. And BoneCarlos' expansion is actually quite ahead, isn't it? Yeah, Geezy's expansion isn't even finished right now. Another Stalker falls from BoneCarlos. But now he's gonna hunt these marauders out of here. We have another marauder's just chilling over there. And he's probably gonna go home pretty soon. So now we see BoneCarlos messing up a bit there. Not a big problem. He's up to 4 gateways, but he doesn't really have any tech at all. No tech, no robotics, no twilight, no nothing. And that is not a position you want to be in at the 9-minute mark. At the 9-minute mark, you at least want to have some Colossus tech on the way, or some High Templar tech, or have some Colossus out even. So BoneCarlos is a bit behind. If I forgot to mention in the when I started the replay, this is gold. This is from Gold League, by the way. So I guess we're not supposed to expect Grandmaster play here. So I guess it's acceptable. But BoneCarlos is gonna macro up again. 2 probes at a time, which I agree with, and robotics. 2 forges, yeah. Trying to get up that tech, which I like. It's the only right thing to do right now. And Geezy, he's adding on a starport. Where is that starport? Why can't I select it? There it is. There's the starport and a 3rd command center. And he does have... does he have any upgrades? Got an engineering bay. And he does have +1. So that is very good for him. And he's quite far ahead of BoneCarlos, I would say right now. He's only got +1, as I said, and BoneCarlos has just started his +1/+1. And his 3rd command center on the way as well. But what is BoneCarlos going to do right now? He moves out with a couple of Stalkers, Sentries, and a couple of Zealots. What can he do with these units? He's gonna spot the Marauder. He's gonna take it out. Yes, he is. Oh, yeah. That Marauder did not have a lot of HP left. We see an Observer coming out from BoneCarlos, and I like Observers. They are very useful in the PvT matchup, as they can spot for drops everywhere. If you place one right here, you can spot for drops over here, and then you can of course follow the Terran main army with an Observer, which is very important as a Protoss player. So they not catch you off guard, so they are very, very mobile, especially with Stimpack and those Medivacs. So he's up to quite a decent harvester count right now. Let's have a look at the income tab again, shall we? He's now ahead. Chronoboast and the 2 works at a time is very good actually, and he's ahead by 3 harvesters right now. BoneCarlos is. But we see Geezy moving out with quite a strong army. He's ahead by almost 10, armor supply 9 right now. But I feel like BoneCarlos should be fine with photon overcharge. He's actually supply blocked right now, so this Immortal is not going to finish anytime soon. But with force fields and photon overcharge, it should be fine. Since there are no medivacs out, he can just cut his army in half and whittle it down slowly. But we see 2 medivacs are moving out right now, so I guess I'll take that back. And we see BoneCarlos is positioning out his observers to keep some map control on the map, even though his army has to be at home to defend. He's positioned his zealots quite well. This is very important. If your zealots are stuck behind, they're not going to do anything at all, and that is not a position you want to be in. He's chronoboasting out his immortal right now to try to hold this off. And now they're even in supply. Let's look at the armor supply again. 52 to 42. This could get quite dicey for BoneCarlos. Should use his immortal right now. Should really back off. Yeah, there we see the photon overcharge going off. A Marine has fallen for Geezy, and he might drop in the main right now. But there is an observer here. As I said earlier, they can keep an eye on the Terran army and those drops, of course. BoneCarlos supply block right now at 100. Wow, I don't think I've ever seen that before. Exactly at 100. Anyway, the third command center, yeah, it's gonna move out right now from Geezy, and this is really nice because he's ahead right now in expansions and excuse me, that was awkward. We see 2 mines moving in right now, and what can he make happen with these? He's gonna put them right outside the photon overcharge range, and this forces him to pull the Protoss army back rather. And this is not a position you want to be as Protoss. Your zealots are stuck, and that's not good at all. But this observer here allows BoneCarlos to pick up these with the mines, which is very nice. But I feel like BoneCarlos is quite low on tech. He should have charge already, and Colossus. Can he hold this off? Yeah, quite good force fields, but it's not cutting a lot of the army. But the photon overcharge is dealing a lot, but these stalkers are not good versus Marines and Marauders. But yeah, he did decently, and those force fields really paid off in the end. But he's now behind rather by 20 supply. And let's look at the income. Harvesters, he's ahead by 14 harvesters. So the arm supply, yeah. Geezy is more than doubling BoneCarlos' armor supply. And that's not a position you want to be in when the turn player is on 3 bases. Let's look at the upgrades rather. As a Protoss player, you really want to favor those armor upgrades, as those since there are a lot of Marines from the turn player, they don't deal a lot of damage, and with those armor upgrades you can really minimize it even more. They have a quite a large rate of fire, high rate of fire, but with the armor upgrades you can minimize that damage even more. And BoneCarlos, you should not be moving out right now. You're behind an armor supply by quite a lot. I'm not too sure about this. He has got an observer here, so he should spot the army right now. He's spotting it moving out. No, BoneCarlos, fall back right now. Well, you got the chance. Yeah, back off. We see the robotics bay on the way right now, which is good. That is very good. It's got double robotics actually, so we should be able to pump out those Colossus right now as this finishes. And we see thermal lance and a Colossus. That is very good. Third base almost finished here, about 2/3 done, a bit more. So BoneCarlos might be able to catch up if he just backs off now. He doesn't want to keep his army right here, as it is quite a lot weaker than the turn players, and if he gets caught off guard, he's gonna lose it almost immediately. But Geezy, what are your upgrades at? 1-1 only. I think the Protoss player's got more. Yeah, he's got 2 armor. So that's good. 2 armor is very good. But you wanna... yeah, he's got double forge, so he's working away at that armor upgrade. Real nice. And the shield. So he knows what I've been talking about earlier, about how important those armor upgrades are. And woo, these medevacs over here boosting away. Go for a drop in the main. And he should have an observer right here. They are very useful when the drops come in, of course. But this drop can really wreck this Protoss player. There are no defenses back here. A Colossus pops, and that could get sniped very easily. And here we see an engagement coming from BoneCarlos, but he's gonna back away. A lot of mines here. Jesus, 8 mines. They're gonna kill those zealots so fast. Now see boost. Okay, that was interesting. If you don't know, if you wanna drop while you're moving, you can press your medevacs and press D and unload them. Press D on the medevacs, so you unload on the medevacs basically. This allows them to drop while they're moving. We see a recall from BoneCarlos, and he manages to pick off that medevac, so that's nice. But he has to pull back his entire army, and this contain that he had going on is now not a thing anymore basically. And what is the armor supply looking like? 117, 119 to 93. And did the Colossus survive? Yes, here it is. And thermal lance, no, he killed the robotics bay, and no, this Colossus doesn't have thermal lance, so that is really unfortunate. He's gonna have to drop some very good force fields to keep the Terran army out, basically. But the Terran player is at 2-2 right now, and he is at almost at the same upgrades as the Protoss player. And I was moving in here. Can we get the force fields? Yes, decent force fields, but it should have waited a bit longer because the Terran player was on the move command. And now we see too many stalkers. I feel like there are a lot of marauders from Geezy, and he gets a great concave. There are just too many stalkers here from BoneCarlos. He should have really gone for that earlier Colossus, and this is not looking good for BoneCarlos. He's almost at half the supply of Geezy, and not anymore. He might be able to push this back. These mines are on cooldown. No, no, they are not on cooldown. And now it's at half the supply again. And we see Geezy just pushing in here. Let's look at the income for fun. Yeah, they're even in the income. And I don't think BoneCarlos is gonna hold this off. He hasn't got a magic core, does he? Units, no. And yeah, he is quite dead right now, as a large reinforcement squad is coming in for Geezy. And yeah, this is game over, basically. We should see BoneCarlos tap out anytime soon. He's pulling the probes, but no, it's not. It was not meant to be this time. So sorry. And yeah, no GG. That's I don't know about if I like that. Okay, but what did we see in this game, and how can we improve? BoneCarlos was the one submitting this, so I'm gonna give some Protoss perspective on this one. I think first of all, your pylon on the low ground. I suppose this was for the early stalker to get at his base, quite a lot quicker. But when Geezy's attack came, he easily shut that gateway down and the pylons right here. So it wasn't really worth it, since you did no damage with your attack. But I understand your idea. So I guess it was, it just didn't work out this time, and I guess that's unfortunate. And you got stuck on your low tier units for too long. You should have gone for the robotics facilities and your robotics bay quite a bit earlier, and you should have been fine in this. I feel like stalkers are not great in PvT from my experience. They're decent in the early game and mid game, but when you get to the about 20-minute mark, they are not that cost effective anymore. And yeah, you should have gone for a bit more of a higher tier army. So I guess that's all I have to say about that. Yeah, try to take a bit quicker. Alright, see you guys next time. If you want to have your replay casted, submit them to reddit.com/r/casted, and it might appear here on my channel. Alright, see you.